Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. So today I'd like to share with you on the Zen Buddhism. What is it, why is it, and how is it? So let's have a straight talk and get to the point. Okay, let's begin. Now, in order to share on Buddhisms, Zen Buddhisms, we need to have a model so that we can talk really clearly and accurately what is going on. So here is the simplified model, which have the three basic elements, which will help us to clarify many things. The first element is the awareness. Okay, yes, your awareness and my awareness and anybody's awareness. That awareness is the Buddha nature. Okay, it is the Buddha nature. Period. Okay. Awareness is the Buddha nature, period. Your awareness, my awareness, anybody's awareness, that is the Buddha nature. Okay? And often this awareness is named or labeled as mindfulness. So these are the same thing. Awareness, Buddha nature, mindfulness, they are the same thing. They are our human mind function, the natural function, okay, or the natural elements, depend how you want to call it. And then there is the thinking and discriminations function there, or we call it the thinking and discriminations elements, okay. And then there's the imaginations element. So if we have these three simple, basic elements to start with us, we will know exactly what happened with the teaching of the Buddha. We will be able to read sutta and understand what is going on. It is very important. There is no wishy-washy on this and that. Okay, we cannot afford that. Otherwise, we have no way to understand what is going on. We have no idea to know what is it, why is it, how is it. And thus, it is a mess. Okay? Now, if we look at the Buddha Dharma, okay, the people who is enlightened, okay, who is like Buddha. So what happened is that the Buddha have the Buddha nature, the awareness, or sometimes in Zen it's called the true mind. It is actually base. This is the base. This is the awareness base. It's based on this. And one can get rid of thinking and discriminations. Very quickly, it will come back to the awareness, and from the thinking and discrimination, one might go to imaginations, and it's very quickly to come back here because this is the base of it. Okay, so this is the base of the entire thing. Okay, and because it is awareness. This Buddha nature is awareness. There is no self there. Like you're aware of something. Okay? You're aware. Aware have no self. Aware is equal. That is what it is, the no self. And when one says one is enlightenment, okay, means that one actually base the entire thing on the awareness. Whenever their thinking and discrimination come, it can come back to the awareness, and this become the applications. So the thinking, the discrimination, the imaginations, those are the applications. So it is the awareness applied using this as tools. And once it uses the tools, it drop it. It get back to the awareness. Okay, so that's how it works. And so it is an awareness base. That's how enlightenment person is. Okay, and this is really important to know that the Buddha Dharma practice. Okay, if we want to study Buddha Dharma, we want to practice Buddha Dharma, it is based on experience coaching and verification. It's like the teacher lead you to the experience of what is an awareness. You experience it, and then carry you through how could you get the thinking of discrimination back to awareness. Okay, so all the steps, the pathway to go back to the awareness, those are coached, and then it verified by the teacher. Say, oh yeah, this is the proper experience. You got it. Okay, so that is how the practice of the Buddha Dharma. Okay, so an enlightenment person is actually based on awareness, and thinking, discriminations, or imaginations, all of those are just the applications, which is based on awareness. If thinking it this way, okay? We can model it this way so it can be very clear. So liberations, meaning that it is based in awareness. You can use discriminations or thinking or imaginations as you like, and after that, you just drop that and you go back, okay? Now, the trouble come with the human is that we have the awareness, and then from the awareness, because we meet some situations, it get into the thinking and discriminations, and then it might get the imaginations or not. It is looping by itself. It never go back to awareness anymore. It just looping, like it grabs the mind itself and keeping looping. Okay, and this looping way of using the thinking, discriminations, and imaginations here is also called false mind. Meaning that it trapped there. Okay, the mind grabs its mind, the mind attached to something. And then I just continue spiral, unended spiral. So an example is, say at first we're aware of something. Okay, if we're aware of, say, something beautiful. Now, the next thing will be the thinking start to kicks in. Okay, kicks in. And then the discriminations, the imaginations kicks in, and then keeps spiraling. Or I want to own this and all this, and I can sell money, I can all kinds of stuff. Okay, the control, the approval, everything's here. So it's keeping running. So that is the false mind. It's not never get back here anymore. In fact, you see a flower, it's just a flower. And so all this thinking, and then it's just all kind of mess. Okay. So because of this false mind here and thinking discriminations, it is a self. There's a self there, okay? Because there's it's beautiful, it's ugly, it's mine, it's not mine. So it is a discrimination base, and that because it's a discrimination base here, you attach to I like this, I don't like this, I want to own it, all kinds of stuff. So there's attachment, there's suffering, okay? So if you look at it, for the enlightenment beings, is like aware of a flower, and then you look at it, Okay, if the thinking need to be evoked, evoke the thinking and it come back to awareness again. Okay, and if this flower need to be evoked to imagination for do something, then it will start the imagination applications and then it come back. Okay, else for the people like us will be you're aware of the flower right away. You get into the thinking, discrimination, imaginations go spiraling all this around and looping and never end. Okay, running infinity loop. So that is what about the common people like us. Okay, that's why we attach, we suffer. So it is misuse of the function. Okay, now. So just now we talk about the Buddha Dharma practice, meaning you need to get the experience, and then you need to be the coach, and then the verifications. Now there's another thing which is today, which is popular, is what is the Buddhism study. It will be based on this. Okay, based on this. Based on the thinking, imagination, discrimination, you study the philosophy, speculations, ideas, opinion, spiritual interpretations, cultural, ritual, defined terms. Like, oh, this is the term of what Buddha said, this is the proper term, not proper term. And then somebody might say, well, I want to bridge the gap between modern science and Buddhism. And some might try to create something, the Buddha story, tell all kind of Buddha story, guru stories, mind story, because I'm enlightenment grandmaster. And then Buddha say this, Buddha say that, I think, I guess, maybe. So it's all here. So Buddhism study is all here. Okay? And human is really complex when you get into here and you kind of trapped here. Okay? So one will, it's all here. It's all here in the self-discrimination base. And it is never the no-self-awareness base. So that's what the reality we see today in Buddha Dharma practice and Buddhism study. Okay? So majority of what we see today is actually Buddhism study. It is not Buddha Dharma practice. Thus, it is not likely to get enlightenment, liberations, and no self, because it is the function, the design of the function, the elements already run this way. Okay. So let's use this and get into Zen practice. So the first thing in the Buddhism practice, there are different Dharma doors, okay? And there's the Zen Dharma door, the Zen. And what happened with the Zen Dharma door is, it is directly point to the Buddha nature. When study start with Zen, right away the teacher point at the awareness. Okay, let you experience what is awareness. Tell you, this is your Buddha nature, period. Okay, no hanky-panky, no some other theory or anything. This awareness is your Buddha nature. You can aware now, this is a Buddha nature. Can you aware of the air condition is cold? The cause very cold weather here, or the temperature is cold. Can you aware of the temperature is cold? That awareness. Okay, just that. Okay, so it say that that point, that is the Buddha nature. Then experience the awareness. Experiencing the awareness is the beginning of the cultivations. So, do you aware of your emotion, the rise of your emotion? Do you aware of the rise of your thought? That aware, okay, that aware is the body nature. That is the entire thing, the base. Okay, now, so that's the first step. The second step, so how to do it, how to practice the Zen, okay? So this is how they practice. How to do it, how to practice? Aware and not react to emotion, thought. Let things melt away naturally. Okay, so as an ordinary human being, we have the habit of be aware, say aware our body is cold, then you get into the thinking, discriminations, imagination, and keeping loop. Now, once one know the awareness is born the Buddha nature, one will get into this because one is still the ordinary person. So what did one do? One just aware of, oh, my thinking and discrimination starting now. So one just acknowledge, okay, aware, acknowledge, yeah, now my thought rise, okay, and not react to it. Just quiet. You don't want to suppress it. You don't want to against it. You don't want to go with your mind. You don't want to say stop thinking. Okay, when the thinking, you're aware of your thoughts start rising. You don't want to say I want to stop thinking now because they're suppressing it. You don't want to say well, you just go with the thinking, go with the flow. No, you don't do that. You just acknowledge. I know. I'm aware of my thought rising, and just that. And then, if you do that, those thoughts will melt away because the entire world is impermanent, it's going to melt away. Unless you keep it. You keep it meaning you suppress it. You keep it meaning that you go with it. Okay? So if you just are aware of it, and that's it, it will melt away. And that is the practice. Okay? So every moment, those who practice Zen doing that. So it is actually the more they practice this aware and not react to emotions or thought and let things melt away, it will actually clear out the habit of this loop. And it is going back to the awareness base, okay, where is no self, okay, and that is how Zen practice is, okay, and living in this moment is living with awareness base. Living in this moment is whenever whatever thing rise up, you just acknowledge it, and then you just don't what do you call it? You don't against it. You don't go with it. You just acknowledge, and that's it. Okay, so you don't go into this loop. So living in this moment is actually living with awareness base. It just do exactly what we do here. And in the Zen, you know, in the Chinese Zen chant, that is sometimes named as a living dead. Well, a living dead is those who aware but just acknowledge, and that's it. Do not react to the things. Do not oppose it. Do not against it. Okay. Zen is never look for source of universe. Those kind of stuff. What I just share with you is exactly what Zen practice is until one get enlightenment, meaning that no longer travel this path and the entire thing is run this way. Okay, so that is the practice of Zen. What it is, how it is, why it is. It's a little bit difficult to say it in English, you know, because it's not my mother tongue. But I hope that you got what I'm talking about. Now, because you know, there's a different Dharma doors, different methods, different ways in Buddhism to get enlightenment, to get rebirth. Zen is one of it. Another one which is we usually known is so what happens is that people practice samatha vipassana, okay, and this is actually the awareness and the calmness development. And when one have the up to a certain level of awareness and calmness development, one can go in here at any time, because we are still human here. So you have a human which operate like this, and practice the awareness, calmness or samatha vipassana. It develop it, and it contemplate using this development to contemplate the impermanent. Okay, so say if we have developed some level of samatha and vipassana, or awareness and calmness, we were here, and then we use that awareness and calmness to contemplate the impermanent nature of our thinking. See, our thought comes and goes, Then at that point, one will detach from this thought, or one will break this loop, and is going to go back to the awareness base. Okay. So that is different than compared with the Zen. Zen is just saying, okay, this is the awareness. Now you want everything to go back to the awareness. Okay, just acknowledge and going back to the awareness. Whereas the other method will be, okay, now strengthen your awareness and calmness, and now you observe or contemplate your thoughts. You see, the thought is actually impermanent. And since it's impermanent, then one do not detach to it, and one break this loop, and it get back to the same thing. It get back to the to this thing. Okay, it's no longer here. It go transfer them there. So there are two different methods, a different way of it. And one need to be careful when one practice samatha vipassana here. It is a development to strengthen the awareness and calmness. It is not to get into stay in a state. Okay, it's not to get into and or stay in a state. It's not get into a state and or stay in the state. Okay, so it is not get into the states and or stay in the state, meaning that you don't practice counting the breath. You say, well, I have to counting the breath. It feels so peaceful, and I'm going to stay in this peaceful state of counting the breath. You don't do that. Okay? The counting the breath, the anapanasati, the vipassana is just to develop your awareness based on the calmness, because calmness and awareness, they come like two wings of the birds. You develop that so you be able to crack, to be able to see the thinking is actually impermanent, and that way, like the body is impermanent, that way you do not attach to it anymore. You detach from it, and you break the loop of the false thinking, false mind, and you get back to you get back to this. Okay, which is the Buddha's enlightenment state. Okay, so that has to be clear. Okay, so the practice of awareness and calmness is independent of the state. It is to strengthen the awareness and calmness. Now, mindfulness meditations, meaning the meditations, it is the practice to develop the calmness and awareness. That's what it is. Okay, mindfulness meditation. Because mindfulness is by itself awareness, so it's awareness meditation. You want to strengthen your awareness. Okay, the practice of strengthen your awareness, that is the mindfulness meditations. That's how clear it is. Okay. Now, sometimes we talk about something named as enter the stream. enter the stream. So what is enter the stream? Enter the stream is the day one no longer go with this false mind, this cell-based, the discrimination-based. One, the day one start to use the awareness base to live one's life. Okay, thereon one will no longer use the discriminations base. So enter the stream, meaning that the day one decide this is the base, no longer this is the base. Okay, so that is the enter the stream. So beginning of the awareness-based living. Okay, thereon you live based on awareness. You don't saying that, claim that you are living here, but you still react here. No way. Okay. Enter the stream or stream enterer, meaning that thereon you cut it and that's it. Okay. Now this is like a reborn too. Actually, this is like a reborn. Because after that day, one no longer go with this. One's living change. Okay, the life of that person change. One no longer do this. Okay, this is actually doable kind of stuff. So there's no magic. This is the Zen practice. This is other method practice. Now there's plenty of other methods. Okay, so one need to practice this instead of going through all this. If you're going through all this, one will never know what is going on, and thus one will never liberate. Okay, it is actually stuck in here. Stuck in here, and have all kinds of ideas, all kinds of philosophy, but it actually never get anywhere, still stuck in the false mind loop. Okay? So that's how it is. And now you might say, well, Hendrik, how dare are you saying this is the awareness is the Buddha nature, and you just do this. Okay, and this is living in this moment, and mindfulness is that. How dare are you to say that? Well, you don't want to believe me. You don't want to trust me. I show you one thing. Okay, this is the Six-Patriarch Sutra. Six-Patriarch Sutra. Okay, so in the Six-Patriarch Sutra, that is a person. Hui Ming, okay, Hui Ming, he is chasing Hui Nan, the six patriarchs, okay, and then asking for to teach him the Dharma, okay. Of course, this is a six patriarch of the Zen, so it is a Zen Dharma, right? Now, so Hui Nan, the six patriarchs, say that. Okay, since you have come for Dharma, you may put aside all condition. Do not give rise to a single thought, and I will teach it to you clearly. Okay, so do not give rise to a single thought, and I will teach it to you clearly. And then the Hui Nan, the sixth patriarch, wait after a time. Okay, this is very important key here. Wait after a time. So he said, okay, now, don't give rise to any thought, and I'll teach you clearly, okay? And just put yourself aside of all conditions, and then just don't raise your thought. I'll teach you clearly. Then he wait for a while. And then the sixth patriarch said, with no thoughts of good and with no thoughts of evil, at just this moment, that is superior one Hui Ming's original phase. It just said that. So after a while, okay, so it's like this, like Hui Neng, the six Pratya said, now you put away all the conditions, okay? Now do not give raise to a thought, okay? And then the Hui Neng, the six Pratya, quiet down. Wait for a little while. And then he tell the Hui Ming, he said that when you do that, okay, when you do that just now, when you wait for me, like when you wait for me just now, you have no thought of good without thought of bad or evil. At that moment, that is your original phase. So what is that? Well, if you wait like that, what is that? Your awareness. Because this Hui Ming is sitting down there, okay, don't give a raised thought. And then it just, because the six Pratya there is waiting, so he is there with his awareness all the time. So Hui Ming said, the six Pratya said, after wait for a while, say no. When you are not thinking good or not thinking evil, at that moment, there is your original phase, there's your Buddha nature. So that's the awareness. That is what the mindfulness is about. Okay? So this is what it is. And now, we need to be careful. We need to be careful is, even though, like today, we know that awareness is our Buddha nature. There is the mindfulness, okay? There's us. I shouldn't say us, okay? There's the Buddha nature, okay? Language is a little bit difficult here. So there's the Buddha nature, okay? Now, knowing that Buddha nature, experience that Buddha nature is not making one enlightenment. There's no such thing of satori for that. Okay? That is not satori. Look at this. Continue on from the sutta after the Hui Neng show Hui Ming on this. Continue down. It says this. Hui Ming said, so Hui Ming is asking Hui Neng, apart from the secret speech, so Hui Ming asked further, apart from the secret speech and the secret meaning just spoken, is there yet another secret meaning? So, the six patriarchs tell Hui Ming what is the awareness, and let him experience the awareness. Okay, actually, is let him experience, not tell him what it is. Experience the awareness. Let him experience it. And Hui Ming, after experience that awareness, still come around and asking, is there yet another secret meaning? That is the indication, say that even the six patriarchs have shown awareness is the Buddha nature. One experience it and one still not enlightened, because one still running with this type of system. One not get to hear right away. One only know, oh yeah, this is the Buddha nature, but one still run into this type of system. Okay, so that's what happened to Hui Ming. Now, so as for, if you ask me, you question me, aware and not react to emotion, thought, letting melt away naturally. Are you sure, Hendrik? Yeah, sure. This is what he said there. In here, he said that so Hui Neng, the sixth patriarch, tell Hui Ming, protect yourself well. Protect yourself well. Okay? Protect yourself well. After saying all this thing, protect yourself well. Okay? So what is this protect yourself well means? How to do it? Okay? Protect yourself well is exactly this. Meaning, You don't want to stay away. You don't want to get away from your awareness. You want to keep coming back to here. You always want to protect yourself well. No longer you want to go out there and screwing around and having fun out there. You protect yourself. Meaning you're aware and not react to it. You're aware and not react to it until you have your skill developed, and then thinking and discrimination and imagination is just your application which you can evoke and you not get trapped into. Okay? So that is what is in the Sixth Patriarch Sutra. Okay? It is a very critical Zen sutra because it tells you what it is there. Okay, so awareness has to be experienced. Okay, and then after the experience of awareness, there's just a beginning to say, well, start from today, I want to protect myself, or I want to get back to awareness all the time. Okay, as in here. Okay, so that is how it is. Okay. It is not something really philosophical or need to guess or anything. That's how clear it is. And this teaching is according to Srangama Sutra and the Diamond Sutra. Okay, it is according to the Buddha Sutta. Now, so all of this, every awareness activity needs calmness and energy. Meaning that if we want to get from here back, okay, like the Zen guy, okay, here on, whatever it comes, I just acknowledge, I aware, and that's it, okay? All those activity needs calmness and energy. And that's why one need to develop the calmness or cultivate the calmness and awareness, or the Samatha Vipassana development. One need to develop that. Okay? You don't have to believe me again, and you just think this way, okay? Or you just experience it this way. No, don't think, just experience. How easy or difficult to stop the emotion in the middle of a favorite movie, TV series, when you know it is just an acting. Say we watch a scary movie, okay, and how easy is that to just say, oh, I acknowledge this, I know this is just a movie, and then you don't follow it anymore, you don't react to it. How easy is it? It's not easy, okay, as you and me know, right? Experience with it. Even, say for example, it's a romance movie. It's so sweet in the heart, and we say, well, this is just we just acknowledge this is just a movie, okay? Well, how many seconds you can acknowledge it and do nothing, okay? Acknowledge it and let it be there. How many seconds can you last before you go back to say, oh my God, this is so sweet, I want to watch it again? Well, those needs the calmness and the awareness or samatha vipassana development. Those need samadhi power. Without that, it is really, really easy to trap you here. The Buddhas said in the Surangama, if I'm not wrong, okay, the romance of man and a woman, okay, or now the romance, or we just call it romance, okay, between two persons. It's better this way. Okay, it can be man, a woman, man, woman, those things, right? So the romance between two persons, it is so serious that if there is two types of romance or desire like that, one will not be able to get enlightenment. One will forever trap here. So the Buddha said that. Okay, luckily there's only one type of such type of romance or desire. Okay, if there's two type of those kind, then one will never get enlightenment. One will trek forever. Okay, so all of this is not simple. You need energy. You need you need very deep samadhi power to handle this thing. So even as what I mentioned, that in the what do you call it, in the movie, if we watch a romance movie, even we say, oh yeah, I acknowledge it, I just don't react to it, okay, and I just acknowledge it, and that's it, right? How long can one last? Can one last until the entire emotion, everything melt away? Or before even it melt away, one go watch the movie again? Or even after it melt away and people start to thinking, oh, it's so good, so feels so good, so I'm going to go watch again. So that is the issue, that you need the awareness and the calmness develop. Okay, that's the reason why we need the samatha vipassana development. Now, so go back to this S model. Now, from here to get into here, that's why we need the samatha vipassana, calmness, wisdom, concentrations, insight development. We need that cultivation. Otherwise, we can never break the five skandha or illuminate. Okay, sorry for my language. Illuminate the five skandha and get out, because it's impermanent. We always not respond to it. We just acknowledge and get back to the awareness. We need that samadhi. Okay. So if we are just here talking Zen, Buddhism study, and all kinds of ideas, that's using false mind. For the true mind is actually be able to get from the intelligence world and come back. So the entire thing, turn into this. It's no longer this. This is like in intelligent worlds. Okay, we're just keeping talk and all this kind of stuff. And for the cultivations practice of Buddhism is actually this is what it is. Okay, you get in here. Over here we might thinking, I want to practice Buddhism so that I become more happy. Well, the definitions of happy is here. Well, when you have the thinking and discrimination here, the happy and unhappy, those are not what is here. They are different things. So when the Buddha said peaceful, tranquil, it doesn't mean the peaceful, tranquil here. Okay? So be careful, okay? And so again, you need it is all energy stuff here that depend on how your energy, your calmness, your vipassana, your awareness, that is all kinds of works and development cultivations here. So if we want to talk about compassionate and unconditional love, we need to get the energy and the calmness and so forth to get up to the heart chakra and above. Over here, we can talk about love other people, all kind of stuff, but those are desire love, okay, conditional love. So this is important. It's not just here you talk, Buddhism, we need to be loving kindness. Well, we actually don't know what is loving kindness, because our energy is here. We are conditional love. We are actually desire love. Okay, and so this is the reality. Now, the last thing I would like to have a straight talk on proper Dharma. Aware equal to mindful, to detach and reblate. Okay, so aware equal to mindful. Okay, this is for what? Detach and reblate. Compassionate is unconditional love. Okay, so let's not talk about the Christianity. Do not have compassionate. The only Buddhism have compassionate. Many days ago, I heard somebody say that in the forum. No, it's not true. Compassionate is unconditional love. So Jesus Christ, unconditional love and compassionate, they are the same experience if you get to the fourth chakra and above. Okay, if you get to above here, the fourth chakra. Okay, so it's not labeled by religion. It's like, what really that the development, the cultivations of that person. Okay, so compassionate is not those conditioned desire stuff. Like if you look Surangama Sutra again, between romance love, one guy love the other guy, or one woman love another woman, one man love another woman. All those desire stuff, those are not the compassionate, unconditional love. Okay, per Surangama. Okay, and this stuff is not actually the mindfulness stuff is not those popular mindfulness, which is within the false mind loop. Like people say, well, I want to practice mindfulness to be more successful in materialistic. Okay, I want to be rich, more successful, or get higher positions. So I practice mindfulness meditations. Or some advertisement said, well, you practice mindfulness meditation to have better sexual activity, you enjoy more. Okay, and then somebody might say, become high performer in a high-tech company. Okay, you can work harder, become expert. Okay, those are popular mindfulness. Those type of mindfulness is sharpen the sensor and manipulation to get value and indulge. This is the stuff. Those are not the real, the true Buddha's mindfulness. True Buddha's mindfulness is for what? To see through things, to know that it is impermanent. Thus, one no longer trapped in this and get back to here. Those doing mindfulness meditations to improve their technical skill and so forth is doing this thing. Okay, that's a point out there. And those kind of stuff actually is draining one's body energy. Say for example, like I want to be a high performer in the high-tech company, so I practice mindfulness. Okay. Well, you know what? One is actually sharpen the sensory, and then so one can work for a long hour. What does that do? That's draining one's body energy within the intelligence world. Okay, within this intelligent world, you're draining the body energy. So that's pulling reverse gear. So today's mindfulness meditation, you look at it, majority is actually pulling a reverse gear. It is no longer Bodhidharma. It is not. Because Bodhidharma is to let you use the mindfulness or the awareness, you building strong or develop your or uncover your mindfulness and your calmness so that you can see things see the impermanence, so that one just drop the looping and attachment. One is not saying that, I want to be the top chief engineer in the XYZ high-tech Silicon Valley company, and thus I practice mindfulness. So what is that? Let's start here already. I want to be the top design engineer, design guru, making millions of dollars with the stock option. That's already here. And one practice the so-called mindfulness meditation to get one loop more in here. It doesn't make sense, right? If it is a real, true mindfulness. Well, it happened to Buddhism. It happened to Taoism too. Okay, there is something called popular Qigong called microcosmic orbit. Okay, microcosmic orbit. Those practice, the popular practice, is a really discharging, draining energy. Okay, the real microcosmic orbit is non-manipulative. It's not like what you hear in the general today. Oh, you have the heat on your lower abdomen. You move this heat, this energy up your spine, down from the top of your body, all the circulation. No, the real microcosmic orbit is non-manipulative, being run naturally. Okay, non-intentionally manipulation. Okay. Because it is here, it is in the natural world, things run naturally. It's not here you manipulate things. Okay? And this microcosmic orbit practice is actually for charging energy for young deficiency. Okay? Young deficient. So the people who is young deficient, like a young guy, okay, a young guy who is a little bit lack of sport or something, or exercise, so that they practice this to the true microcosmic orbit, to help him to boost his young energy, okay, to charge his more young energy. It is not applicable for the yin deficient people. Like what? If you are, say, 60 years old, have a diabetic, or have a high blood pressure, or have a kidney or different type of issue, it's not for that. Because the microcosmic orbit is the type of practice which is the Chinese call it rising fire. You make fire, so that's why a warmness there and so forth. So that is actually not, it is not good for the yin deficient people, like the diabetic, like the high blood pressure people. So a straight talk is like that, okay? You can screw people big time if we do not know exactly what it is, okay? And for many hundreds of years, and in the West, for so many decades, it's all this. And everybody will study, have their ideas. It is really rarely this thing. Okay? So this is what I'd like to share with you today. And sorry for my language, or I don't mean to to mislead you if I use wrong words or changing the words. And I don't discriminate for anybody, because my goal for here is just to tell you what exactly is happened in the Bodhidharma practice. You can read Surangama Sutra, Anapanasati Sutra, and then all the Zen Sutta from the Buddha, and you can see this thing, okay? So this is to share with you today.